How are we, Brian? That was better last night, wasn't it? Tempo, atmosphere, bang, straight at the jugular.
Yeah, they're really good. Very good performance in that all. But, I went on all the pre-season over to Asia and Australia with them. And, you looked at the manager and the way he was setting things out on the training pitch and everything. And you're thinking, yeah, this looks good. The players were taking everything on board. But then it was gobsmacking, the first game against Brighton at home and then Brentford away. But you know what? I think it was a good thing for the manager and the new players to actually get that 4-0 defeat at Brentford, because they went, welcome to the Premiership, and This is what it's all about. But you know what's been great is that the new players and the manager has took that on board, and they haven't really made that mistake again. I mean, I know Manchester City beat us 6-3, but Man City can do that to anybody.
Yeah.
But I think we've learned lessons, and the managers took that really quickly on board, and we are improving.
Brian, what about every big game, and obviously the World Cup is that we're going to have disruption to the Premier, so every game now is so important before November. Chelsea up next on Saturday. Good game, this one. Can United go to the bridge and beat them?
Yeah, they can. They've proved now, beating Arsenal, beating Liverpool, beating Tottenham. Okay, it's all at Old Trafford, but I think this team are capable of going anywhere, and on the day, they can beat anybody. What Chelsea are going to be really tough, but we thought that this is a learning curve for us at our club at this moment of time, because before the Newcastle game, we said Newcastle at home, Tottenham at home, Chelsea away. This is where we can gauge ourselves in how far have we come, or how far have we still got to get to. With Marcus Rashford's chance in the last minute against Newcastle, if we could have just scored that quite easy chance with a header right in the last minute of the game, you're sitting there with 6 points, and you're going, hey, we can really challenge now for the Champions League. And that's what our club, it's a work in progress, and our club know that it's so important for us to get back into the Champions League next year. If you can go on and win the title, that is a massive bonus. But I don't think we're quite there at this moment of time. I think it is a work in progress. And if we can get in the Champions League and maybe have a really good cup run in one of the cup competitions, then that's going to be a good season.
Right, when you look at the performances, they've all, for me, the good performances have been when you've been on the front foot, you close people down, and I think for that, the young lad, like Rashford, I know I say young lad, I know he's not young anymore, but they close down, they work hard. I always think when your forwards work hard and close down, the rest of the team take care of itself, because you win the ball back higher up, and then your Freds of this world can play a little bit more. And I just think in them good performances, they seem to have been on the front foot all the time.
Yeah, well, when the boys, or when you get the balance of the team sort of right, we've got loads of energy about the team now, and the new signings look as if they're settling in really well. Martinez is doing really well. Casemiro looks a class player as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
He sees a pass so quick, but he gets in the right areas of the pitch all the time. And I agree that when we get that pressing game right from the front, Anthony's got loads of energy. Marcus is back to his best this season.
He's found that spring again, hasn't he? He's found that he looks as if he's enjoying it again, Brian. There was a stage where I thought something's bothering him, something's on his mind, but suddenly now his pace is back, he's sharp, and he looks as if he's he's enjoying his football.
Is it an arm round his shoulder, Brian? As Tane put his arm round him and told him about it?
I think Ten Hag, Neil, has he's definitely that type of manager.
Yeah.
You know, he sees that players need encouragement. He sees that they need guidance. And, you know, I think maybe Marcus, after the last World Cup, just got a little bit carried away with off the field stuff and lost his focus on his game. I think now he's realised that and he's getting back to focusing on his career. And, you know, what's best for him is he's a footballer.
Yeah.
And I think he's focusing more on that. And so we're getting the best out of him again. But I think there's a few players are like that. They're getting the confidence back. The manager's installing them with that confidence. And so they're playing for each other. And they've got a good team spirit going now within the club again, which for me, I always thought that was so important as a player to have a group who really have a great rapport with each other, and even off the pitch, you have a good bonding. And I think our club are getting back to that now.
Bryan, I don't want to go on about it, but I've just got to mention a little bit. We're chatting earlier, Gabby and I, about Cristiano, and I understand what's going through his mind, because the guy for me, he's been an absolute superstar. He looks after himself. You know, there's no messing about. He's trying to improve even at his age now, and I think it was his pride. I think he was just so annoyed that he didn't get a little part to play and went down the tunnel. I'm not saying you should do that, Bryan. Ten Hag has said, "I'll speak to him. I'll sort it." It's a difficult one, Bryan, because he still wants to do the right things, but he's annoyed with himself at the moment. He's annoyed. Do you think it'll sort itself out soon, Bryan, or has he got to move on now?
Look, that's the manager's decision of how he handles that and it's like you're saying. You know, I was at the game last night. I didn't actually see what happened, but you know what? I don't even want to talk about it, because it is about the performance and the way the lads are playing at the moment. And, you know, you're going away from the most important thing, which was the team performance last night was as good as what we've played this season. And we're going the right way. And, you know, the manager will sort that out. He's strong enough. He's disciplined. And everything he's done so far at the club, I think, has been pretty good. You know, so for me, he'll look after that. And I'd much sooner talk about the performance of the team and not one individual, no matter how good he is. Nobody ever makes one player never makes a club. It's always about your team and your group and how you perform as a group.
So, Bryan, going back to performance-wise, the United keep continuing to improve with the team spirit, etc., and who knows what's going to happen in January, maybe new faces in. A Champions League, you'd be delighted. That would be enough for you this season if United could make Champions League?
Yeah, from where we were last season, Alan, the way we were playing, the way the club was going, it was really poor for a Man United team. So, you know, to see us now challenging and getting good results against the top teams, that's very encouraging. We know we've still got a lot of work to do, but I think we're going along the right lines. And so, for me, if we get in the Champions League in the top four, what I'd love to see this club do, though, obviously I'm really biased, but we need to win a trophy, you know, to get us back to Man United under Sir Alex, and then even the next few years afterwards. At least we won cups, and you keep the trophies coming in. We've gone too long now without winning a trophy, and so it's really important for us to win a trophy now.
Bryan, just a quick one on a lighter note. I didn't think it could happen. You know, top 5, top 6 even. But your boys, Newcastle. What a season they're having here, Bryan. What a turnaround this has been.
Well, it's great for me, because I can remember 1969. I was at the FA the first cup final, Newcastle v Uzbekistan Doza, and that's the last major trophy that they won in '69. So to see the club be backed by the owners and give the fans something to shout about, Eddie Howe's doing a great job up there. So yeah, I'd love them to be runners up to United and everything, and one place behind United in the league. But no, I'm delighted for the Geordie fans. They deserve it. 52,000, even when they were in the Championship. It's brilliant for the club and for the area.
Yeah, brilliant. Rob, great. Have a great weekend, mate. And thank you very much. And hopefully we'll talk later on. United, keep it going. Definitely a massive improvement, and the Champions League would be brilliant. So well done, Bryan. Thank you for this morning.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.